Dan, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Anoeta in San Sebastian. We've got live coverage of La Liga on TalkSport 2 this evening as Real Sociedad host Barcelona in the final game of the day. Yes, the night is drawing in here as fifth host third at a stadium where Barcelona haven't done well for the best part of 10 years. And another defeat here, coupled with a loss to Real in El Clasico next week, could see them 10 points behind the league leaders, which would lump pressure on Luis Enrique. Indeed, Barca have lost each of their last 4 matches in this stadium and haven't won here since 2007, when goals from Andres Iniesta and Samuel Eto'o secured a 2-0 win. They today come up against the coach in Eusebio, who used to be in charge of Barcelona's B team, having taken over from Enrique. The hosts are banging form, having won each of their last 4 league games, and they're enjoying their best start to a season for 14 years when Reynald Denoué was in charge of the Basque side. Another victory here would move them to within a place and a point of Barca. The Catalan side will last in action on Wednesday when they comfortably dispatched Celtic in Glasgow. That after a frustrating 0-0 draw at home to the 9 men of Malaga last weekend. That stalemate ended a run of 4 successive wins for Barca after the 4-3 defeats at Celta Vigo, and maximum points here would see them retake second spot in La Liga after Sevilla's win yesterday. It promises to be an interesting night under the lights on the north coast. Both sides out on the pitch here. The referee just about to do the coin toss between the 2 captains, Messi going up and shaking his hands. In terms of the team used tonight, well, both sides are unchanged. 4 wins in a row, so no real need for Eusebio to mix things up in his 42nd game in charge. So they stick with the same players, which won 3-1 at Sporting Gijón last time out. And Barca also unchanged. Neymar plays despite being in a car crash this morning. Barcelona travelling over to San Sebastian today. Piqué plays despite having a sore foot. The only man who isn't featuring, who went to Glasgow, is Arda Turan. The Turkish midfielder is out with an illness, so they've called up Carlos Aleña, an 18-year-old from Barca's B team. We've had a bit of a preview and a chat, Matt, but just your final thoughts on this one ahead of this game. Do you see this hoodoo continuing here tonight?
No, I don't think it will. I think this is a real must-win game for Barcelona. We talked about the big gap that was already starting to open up. Obviously, Barcelona playing later than Real Madrid. It's 7 points at the moment. There's no way they can afford to lose this game as well and go into El Clasico next week 7 points adrift. I think they will be fully focused on this game. I know the El Clasico is a huge game, and I know people are already starting to talk about it, but there's no way Luis Enrique will let his team take their eye off the ball here. I fully expect it to be a tight game. We've both given our predictions. We both think it's going to be tight, nervy, but we both think Barcelona will prove the victors this evening.
We have. Barca haven't done well here recently, and I think, I'm just looking down at the team news when I was reading it out then, so I didn't quite see, but I think Barca won the toss and turned them around, so maybe trying to get one over on them early on. We're off and underway here. Barcelona in possession, both sides in their home shirts, and straight away Messi's giving the ball away as Sociedad come forward, but Carlos Vela can't hold on to the ball and Barca bring it away to the halfway line. Suarez gets a foot in, he's taken down, he looks towards the referee, he's been hurt on his ankle here, but the Uruguayan has to get back to his feet. It's a throw in, it's been taken by Sociedad. They have it at the back at the moment with Raúl Navas. He goes back to the goalkeeper Geronimo Rulli, who's on loan from Manchester City. It'll be interesting to see how he does tonight. In his 3rd year with the club now, City bought him out of Argentina, where he was on loan to Sociedad. But he has gone back to San Sebastian to get some regular first-team football. A free kick here to the home side. The whistles as the play goes down. I think it's Oyarzabal on the far side, just had his ankles clipped there, and a free kick after the foul by Sergio Roberto. It's a fast and furious start.
It is. We're only just a minute into this game. We've seen 2 really late tackles. Firstly, the one from Raúl Navas on Suarez went right through the back of him, really raked down his Achilles. That's a sore one. Suarez is still hobbling about. We mentioned, would Sociedad be overawed? I think that tells you all you need to know. They're not bothered at all. They're not fazed.
In comes the cross, and Sociedad on the attack straight away. It was a lovely ball flighted in by Carlos Vela, and Zurutuza was the man coming in, the 30-year-old with the header, but it was straight at Marc-Andre ter Stegen. First chance to Sociedad. We played 90 seconds here, and Sociedad are chasing Barcelona down. They're not giving them a moment on the ball. It's forward from Mascherano down the left-hand side for Neymar, who backheels it against the foot of Martinez. It goes out off the Sociedad man. The whistles are flying around this stadium, and Sociedad are chasing Barcelona, aren't they?
They really are. They're pressuring extremely high. In actual fact, they're chasing down Ter Stegen as he had the ball at his feet in the 6-yard box. And one's going as well. Willian Jose up front, he's going, and then all the players are following on as well. It's a really well-drilled side. As Luis Enrique said, Eusebio very much follows the pattern that Barcelona take.
Zabot picked it up in a central position and feeds it out to the left-hand side as Sociedad come forward. It's a big switch of play. Jordi Alba gets his head on the ball, though, headed away for Barcelona, who have it midway inside their own half. Neymar sweeping pass out to the left wing. Suarez chasing after it, just keeps it in play down the left-hand side. I was about to say it was wonderful play, just a fraction too late there by Suarez. He was chasing it like a dog there, wasn't he? Great work rate from the Uruguayan.
He certainly was. It's a great through ball from Neymar as well. It just skipped off this dewy surface here, and Suarez couldn't quite keep it in play. But it was a good run from Suarez as well. He'd arced it round in behind the fullback Martinez too.
Well, Sociedad enjoying their best start to the season since Reynald Denoué was in charge 14 years ago. They are going ever so well after an indifferent start, but those wins in recent times have pushed them right up the table. They've either won or lost in each of their last 9 games. This good winning run has included wins against Las Palmas, Betis and Alaves here. They then won at Leganés before beating Atletico here in a really good result. 2 penalties won that game for them before winning at Gijón last Sunday. Free kick here after Rakitic, the Croatian, is taken down. Free kick given to Barcelona. Just came through in there, the Sociedad number 12, Willian Jose, former Brazil under 20 international. 3 goals in his last 4 appearances, a man in form. Top scorer for them with 6 goals. Vela on 4, Prieto and Zurutuza both have 3 apiece. Messi and Suarez, unsurprisingly, out in front for Barca with 8 goals each. Neymar back on 4 at the moment. He's got 6 in all competitions. He scored 7 more at this stage last season. It's just shown how he's dropped off this semi. We were saying before the game, he has gone away to the Olympics, but hasn't quite matched those feats of last season.
No, it really hasn't. It hasn't quite clicked for him this season. But you certainly wouldn't take your eye off Neymar, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. Sociedad coming forward down the left wing. Space for the crosses. A real miskick by Piqué. And the goalkeeper, Mascherano, getting in the middle as well. Barcelona haven't started particularly well here. Sociedad all over them. And a duo of mistakes there at the back. First off by Piqué with the kick into the air. The slice from the Spanish defender. Well, his angle's all wrong there. And then Mascherano came in to try and clear it up. Ter Stegen came off his line as well. And Mascherano pokes it behind for a corner. Just short of 5 minutes gone here, Anoeta. In comes the corner from the left. It's an outswinger. Touch towards goal. They can't quite get the shot in. And eventually it's poked away. I think it was Busquets who was back there. Sociedad all over Barcelona. They can't cope with them, can they?
They really can't. We are only 5 minutes into the game. I think Barcelona knew they'd have to weather the storm. Sociedad are obviously the home team, trying to force the issue, pressuring very high up the field. And it was interesting to see, firstly, the miss kick by Piqué. Tried to clear it with his right foot and end up hitting his left foot. Then the total lack of communication between Ter Stegen and Mascherano, forcing Mascherano to put it behind for the first corner of the game to Sociedad. Let's not forget, though, Piqué didn't train on Friday, did he? Because he's been suffering a little bit of a knock. Maybe that was just a little bit of rustiness from Piqué early on in this game.
Yep, he's got a sore foot, Piqué, but deemed fit enough to play tonight by Luis Enrique. Free kick is given here. We've had a few stop-starts, a few free kicks given for little fouls in the opening few minutes here. Both sides chasing each other. Mascherano playing with the ball inside his own penalty area at the moment, looking for that ball out from the back. He eventually finds Neymar on the left channel in front of his boss Enrique. A lovely skip inside from Neymar, and he falls over but manages to scoop the ball back into the path of Jordi Alba. Busquets pings the ball out to the right hand side for Sergio Roberto. Made his Spain debut earlier this year. Sociedad trying to build another attack, but it's given away this time by David Zurutuza. Barca have it back inside their own half. It's a poor pass. You don't say that often about Sergio Busquets, but he gives this one away. Sociedad have it in the left back position. It's played forward down the line Roberto at the back there of Oyarzabal. Down the play for Sociedad throw, which has been taken quickly. It's launched down the line, looking for the run of Willian José. And a play for a Barca throw as Piqué does well in the end. A frown on the face of Luis Enrique, who's looking a little bit frustrated. His side haven't really been able to get out so far. Suarez has chased one ball down the left side, but Messi's barely had a kick in the opening 7 minutes, which have flown by. Sociedad again come forward down the left wing. Barca with plenty of players back behind the ball. And I'm sure one thing that Enrique will have said, despite his comments in the press, don't give Sociedad an early goal, because the last twice they've lost here, they've conceded in the opening 5 minutes, and they've obviously struggled to get back in the game. Well, they haven't conceded in the opening 7 here, and Barcelona coming forward. They're inside the Sociedad half. Attacking is Ivan Rakitic. Out to the right-hand side for Suarez, who's the furthest man out on the far side, and Barca work it back into the middle, over to the left-hand side now. Alba is forward. It's a bad ball inside for Neymar, who has to cushion header back into Alba's path, and Barca forced back to the halfway line. One ball played out to the right-hand side. There's a chase on here for Sergio Roberto, but just too long, and it's out of play for a throw into Real Sociedad.
That's a little bit better from Barcelona. Finally, they're stringing a few passes together. Real Sociedad just sat off them a little while, just gave them a little bit of possession. Sociedad can't keep up this high tempo pressuring for the whole 90 minutes, that's for sure. Just sat back a little while. Mascherano is forced into a 50-60 yard diagonal that didn't find its intended target. Gave the possession back to Real Sociedad.
The ball knocked off a Barcelona man here. It's gone behind for a goal kick to Sociedad. Off this 4-game winning run, looking to continue that here. Sociedad have actually made more passes in the game than Barcelona so far. It's not often you say that. And they've got a better pass accuracy than them as well. They've started well. Be interesting to see if they can keep these intensity levels up as the 90 minutes goes on, but in the opening 8 3/4 minutes they're doing okay. Sorry, go on.
It's exactly that. Can they keep up the intensity, isn't it, James? Yes, they've been fantastic. Nearly up to the 10-minute mark now. And they are pressuring high. They are running themselves into the ground at the moment. I don't think any team can keep this up for 90 minutes. They may not need to, though. I know they haven't had massive amounts of chances, but once again we see they've won possession back here, Real Sociedad, this time in the final third.
Yeah, Ter Stegen was trying to play out from the back, and he sliced his kick on his weaker left side. The cross comes in, and Piqué puts the ball away. It's another corner to Sociedad over on the right-hand side as we look down this time. And another chance for them.
This isn't the fluid Barcelona team we're used to seeing, is it?
They're not quite at their game so far tonight. A nervous look on the face of the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen. They pull pretty much everyone back for this corner to defend. In it comes from the right-hand side, whipped into the middle. Piqué's there with a free header away. It comes out to the edge of the box, and a horrible slice which should have gone out for a goal kick, but it spins back out to the right wing. Flags up for offside though, and the attack on this occasion for Sociedad is over. Vela, I think it is, just flagged on this near side by the official offside the court.
Yeah, Vela took the corner, didn't he? Then he didn't get himself back on side, and when the sliced shot reached him, he was a good few yards offside, because Barcelona had got out of the box very, very well, kept a very good line.
Referee tonight, by the way, is Jesus Gil, who was last in action on Thursday as he refereed the game between Sparta Prague and Southampton in the Europa League. Isn't afraid of showing an odd red card or two.
We know things aren't going too well for Barcelona, because Ter Stegen has just launched a ball out of play. He's a very good goalkeeper with his feet. Rarely do you see that happen. He's just hit touch around the halfway line and once again conceded possession to Real Sociedad. So we don't see it very often, as you mentioned, James. Possession statistics are certainly in favour of Real Sociedad so far, 11 minutes into the game.
Yeah, very much so. They've had 55% of the ball overall, and they launch it forward here. A long one this time, just over the head of José. Rakitic picks it up for Barca, plays it back to Piqué, who lays it back to Ter Stegen, and Sociedad targeting him now every time he gets the ball. It wasn't a good kick out again. Sociedad have lost the ball on this occasion, but Barcelona doing just as Sociedad did. Ter Stegen's kicks haven't been convincing so far. It's played forward down the left wing here as Sociedad come forward. Piqué sliding in. He knocks it off the Sociedad man in the end. It's had a play. A bit of a grimace there on Piqué's face. You wonder whether he's struggling a bit inside.
I certainly don't think he's 100% fit. Quite often, you will say, certainly as an ex-professional player, I know that at this stage in the season, rarely are you 100% fit. I'm looking at Piqué and thinking he's maybe 85, 90% fit at a push. He's still, I wouldn't say he's hobbling about, but he's certainly grimacing. He's not moving particularly well. He's not covering the ground either as well as he do. When he's had to chase down a few balls, he certainly hasn't been opening up, maybe not the turbo, he's not the quickest player, but he does gracefully cover the ground, almost sort of Alan Hansen-esque as of old. But even when you look at him now, I'm wondering whether he's raising his hand. He's certainly struggling.
He's sitting really deep as well. He's certainly not pushing out up the field, and Sociedad coming back at them again, and it's Piqué playing everybody on side. Sociedad coming forward through the middle with Xavi Prieto, the captain, trying to find a teammate, but he's lost the ball now. Rakitic trying to bring the ball away. But that's Serrano trying to play out. He's lost the ball. Barcelona really struggling here at the moment. It's picked up by Carlos Vela. The Mexican feeds it to the left-hand side. Barca backtracking again. It's a poor cross in this time. It flies over everyone and out to play for a goal kick. Piqué really struggling, I think.
He looks that way, and because he's dropping so deep as well, it's just playing into the hands of Real Sociedad. Certainly this is what coach Eusebio wanted to happen. They wanted to pressure high up the pitch. The defence is able to hold a good line on the halfway line as well, and every time the ball goes back to Ter Stegen, the forward players, certainly Vela and Willian José, are really pushing up. They're forcing Ter Stegen to kick long. We know that Barcelona don't want to do that. They have no height up front, obviously in Messi, Suarez and Neymar up there. It's really meat, food and drink for Raul Navas and Martinez, the two centre-halves. This is all Real Sociedad at the moment. The only plus, I guess, from Barcelona's point of view is that Real Sociedad haven't created any chances as of yet. Ter Stegen, yes, he's been poor with his feet, but he's hardly had to use his hands as...
No, they just had that one header on them, which was an easy catch for him. And Ter Stegen there, while you were talking, he took a goal kick, and the two centre-halves split either side of the box, which dragged men out there, so he clipped it long through the middle instead, and it just came straight back. And because the centre-halves were there and everyone was on side again, they just pushed right on. It's a constant cycle they're in at the moment. Free kick here for Sociedad, which is wide on the right-hand side, taken short to Vela, and it's a good one off the training ground. It's worked wide to Ieramendi. Ieramendi crosses in, nearly a flick header at the near post, and again it's Piqué who comes across. Another corner, I think that's the third now for Sociedad in the opening 15 minutes. The pressure mounting again. Barca can't even get out of their own half at the moment.
No, they can't, and how often have we ever said that when we commentated on Barcelona? Very rarely. This time, good defending from Piqué.
Vela's corner in to the 6-yard area, but again it's a free header away. Combination of Piqué and Suarez getting it clear, but it comes back down the left-hand side with José who crosses. The Brazilian puts it into a good area, and the header down was by Xavi Prieto, the captain, close to giving Sociedad the lead. Into the arms of Ter Stegen, who had to grab it at the second attempt. More worrying times for Luis Enrique's side.
It's a great leap from Prieto there, really was, got high above the Barcelona defender, did everything right as well, heading it back from where it came from, heading it down into the ground. That's why Ter Stegen needs to have a couple of grabs at it, dive down to his right hand side. It was quite an awkward take from Stegen, but he did do it very, very well in the end.
Wonderfully fighted ball in as well from Willian José with the short sleeve and glove combo this evening. Went through the middle. But there's three players who are causing them problems, the two wingers and José through the middle. They're all kind of interchanging, popping up all over the place, and Barca really can't contain them at the moment. Here comes Messi, a rare touch for him as he passes the ball long out to the left-hand side for Neymar, and the defender Martinez, that's Carlos Martinez, comes across and puts it out for a Barca throw, the furthest forward that Barca have been in about 10 minutes, but they go back into their own half, and Mascherano forced it back to Ter Stegen again.
Which is what Real Sociedad want, and the defenders are getting high up the pitch once again, really squeezing Barcelona into their own half.
Piqué with a long ball forward. I'm already thinking about retracting that 2-0 prediction, man. I don't know about yours. You said 2-1, so you're a bit more covered, but anyway, Sociedad have it on the halfway line. Their fans are enjoying what they're seeing so far. They have it on the right hand side now with Martinez, who brings it forward. Carlos Martinez joined the club in 1999 at the age of 13. A player that these fans have seen plenty of over the years, making just his 7th start of the season tonight. Throw-in taken here by Jordi Alba. It's touched on by Suarez for Neymar, who has the pace to get away down the left-hand side. He hasn't got much in terms of support, so Neymar may have to go it alone. Neymar feeds it inside for Messi. Messi out to the right wing. It's taken on by Sergio Roberto. Fed forward, and it's a really poor pass. Fed through, I think it was Rakitic over there on the right-hand side. It just goes straight out of play for a goal kick. Confidence not quite there for Barcelona at the moment. As we just see this replay now of the header, a minute to go for the captain, which Ter Stegen had to grab at the second attempt. Piqué was hanging around on the line in any case. Close again for Sociedad, but Barca there just couldn't get it going in the final third, could they?
No, they couldn't. It was a really poor ball from Rakitic, normally very good in possession. It was a simple ball, just playing a 10-yard pass. Totally away from Suarez, I think he was actually aiming for, and it went through, just trickled out for a goal kick to Sociedad. Once again, Barcelona have given up possession far too easily.
They have done. Again, they're on the back foot here, Barca. Vela challenging for the ball. Nicks it over the head there of Andre Gomes, who I haven't really mentioned so far. He hasn't seen the ball at all in midfield. Here they come down the right-hand side. Sociedad, it's a good ball in by the captain, and the flick header doesn't quite go towards goal from Jose. And they come forward again down the left. It's stood up into the middle. Good ball. Header back across goal. Oh dear. What a chance for Xavi Prieto again. The coach is almost crying to his side of missed chances. Barcelona complaining to the referee, but you can hear the roar around this stadium because Sociedad have got Barca on the ropes.
This is an absolutely simple chance for Prieto. Jorge Alba has just got right underneath the ball. Prieto at the back post. It's almost too easy. He's not even needed to get off the ground. He's tried to head it back from where it's come from into the right-hand side of Ter Stegen's goal, but it wasn't. It was a good 5 yards wide. That would be my worry if I was Eusebio, the Real Sociedad coach. We've had all this possession. We've now had a good 2 or 3 chances. We've only hit the target once. We need to break the deadlock, because Barcelona quite often they only need one chance and they will hit the back of the net.
Remember, Barcelona with no wins in the last 6 La Liga games in San Sebastian, drawing just once. They haven't won here since 2007. And they've won 26 points in La Liga so far, which might sound good, but it's actually their worst record after the opening 12 games since the 2007-8 season, Frank Rijkaard's last term as boss in charge of Barca. Here comes Sociedad again. This chance maybe for Carlos Vela. In the box is Vela! Oh, it goes the other side this time. 2 chances for Sociedad in a couple of minutes. Xavi Prieto misses to the left-hand side. This time it's Vela on his favoured left foot who misses to the right. He took it a bit wide. His first touch wasn't the best. It was easy for Ter Stegen in the end, who could watch it go across his goal. But another chance for Sociedad. There's surely a goal coming in this one soon.
This is the thing. Another chance gone begging. It was a lovely ball dinked over the back of the Barcelona back 4. Carlos Vela was just broken in between Mascherano and Alba. His first touch, as you said, James, it was poor. With his right foot, it took him far too wide of Stegen's goal. He had to turn, swivel with his left foot, but his left-footed shot was a good 3 or 4 yards wide of the goal. They have to take one of these chances sooner rather than later.
5 shots to 0 in favour of Sociedad so far. Barca haven't even tested Geronimo Rulli, and they've lost the ball here. Vela playing it out from the back. A high ball flighted, beg your pardon, into the middle. Mascherano comes in though and wins the header. Doesn't go very far though, and it's played up towards William Jose on the halfway line. Piqué wins the first challenge, but comes away with it now, does Jose. He brings it down the right-hand side. He's got support in the form of Carlos Vela. It's given to the Mexican now. Vela cutting inside from the right, looking for that ball, but he hasn't really got anyone on at the moment. He eventually loses it to Neymar. Neymar brings it forward, skips inside, past 1 challenge and 2, gives it to Messi, but then Messi loses the ball. Messi not quite on his game so far. Here comes Sociedad on the right. They've got it with Xavi Prieto, the 33-year-old. Infield now, into the box again, Sociedad. Surely it could be this time. Curled in! This time it was the effort coming in from Inigo Martinez, who was forward from the back. Everyone having a pop at Barca. Everyone wants a chance of goal.
Exactly, and that was all about Inigo Martinez.
Sorry, I was just going to break off there as Barca came forward. Rakitic tried to pick a pass. It was cut out by Sociedad, who now get a chance to come forward themselves. Out on the right again, it's Carlos Vela, wearing number 11 on his back. The former Arsenal man. Leaves it back one now for Xavi Prieto.
That's how confident Real Sociedad are. Inigo Martinez has just picked the pocket of Messi on the halfway line. He's carried on his run. He's laid the ball off, and eventually it's fallen to him on the edge of the box. He's got in a decent strike from 25 yards out. That's a left centre half. You don't very often see that against Barcelona.
Messi loses the ball again as he tries to drive through the middle. Raul Navas getting a foot in this time. Sociedad have so much confidence in their play, and Barcelona are going to concede a sloppy corner here. It's a bad header back from Jordi Alba. Really missed time. Ter Stegen tried to get there, but he couldn't. And Barcelona are really struggling. The Sociedad fans are on their feet. What's happened here? Well, it's all kicking off. There's 2 balls on the pitch. Sociedad aren't happy at all. The referee's going to his pocket. There's going to be a yellow card here for Ter Stegen, who I think was trying to delay the restart of play there.
Well, Ter Stegen was the man who kicked the second ball back onto the pitch. Ter Stegen had gone running over to the corner flag to try and stop the ball going out for a corner. Real Sociedad tried to take a quick corner, and Ter Stegen threw the second ball onto the pitch. It's really obviously got booked for ungentlemanly conduct.
Barcelona absolutely rattled here at Anoeta. It's 0-0 halfway through the first half. Corner for Sociedad on the right hand side. Vela to take into the middle again. Piqué again there with the header, just about gets it clear. Suarez will try and bring the ball out on the counter. Neymar picks it up in a central position, flicks it round one player, but Sociedad have bodies back behind the ball, and it's fed all the way back in the end to Rulli, who plays it out from the back into the feet of Carlos Martinez. He brings it forward. Barcelona looking so shaky at the moment. I mean, they won 2-0 at Celtic Park on Wednesday. I saw the atmosphere there. It was absolutely electric. You think, given that game was only a few days ago, they'd have their mind set on this kind of atmosphere and the way that they're being chased and harried, but they just can't cope with it.
But they can't. First and foremost, Real Sociedad are working harder than Barcelona. They're winning every 50-50 tackle. They're chasing down Ter Stegen at every opportunity. And Barcelona just aren't matching them. They're not matching them in terms of physicality at the moment.
Martinez has won another corner here for Sociedad. Alba was trying to clear it away in the left back position right down by the corner flag, and he hit it against Martinez, who then won possession, and he's knocked it off Alba for the corner. Piqué trying to marshal things in the middle, but there's corner after corner after corner here. Latest corner count, what have we got? This is the 5th one. Surely they've got to try and take advantage of it soon. It's taken short by Vela. Goes out this time for Carlos Martinez, who crosses from deep in towards the penalty spot. Piqué again with a towering header away. Headed back towards the left wing this time, where he's picked up by Willian José. The Brazilian assessing his options in the middle, whips the ball in, but it doesn't go further than the first man, who's Busquets. And he plays it forward. Suarez on the turn, rolls his man beautifully, feeds it out to the left-hand side for Neymar. Neymar assessing his options, cutting inside from the left wing. Space over on the right-hand side, but he doesn't pick the pass. He loses the ball, but Barca pick up the second ball. Busquets plays it on his weaker left foot out to the right-hand side for Sergio Roberto. Messi, central position. Into the path now of André Gomes, the Portuguese midfielder, He gives it away though, and Sociedad try and bring it out from the back. If you're Enrique, what do you say to these players at the moment who just can't get a grip on this game?
Well, firstly, you need to relax a little bit when you are actually in possession of the ball. I can't believe that I'm telling Barcelona they need to relax on the football, that's for sure. But they do.
You play for Millwall.
Yeah, at the moment, though, they do. And they need to work harder. We just saw it there. Barcelona started breaking with 3 or 4 men. Real Sociedad very quickly got 2 solid banks of 4 back into position behind the ball and made it very difficult for Barcelona to break them down. Then they pressured themselves, Sociedad, and won the ball back.
They've had a couple of chances, Sociedad. They haven't brought out a top draw save from Ter Stegen yet. A couple where he's had to grab it maybe at the second attempt or catch a header from across, but you just worry that if they don't take a chance soon, Barca will get into gear and punish them. They come forward here, Messi trying to flight the ball into the box, but Sociedad deal with that as Navas heads it clear. Carlos Vela with a poor pass back there, but Martinez gets the foot in to bring the ball away. Oh, lovely touch inside there by Prieto, and then brings his teammate in. It's a firm tackle from Busquets, but Sociedad prevail with the ball. They come forward down the right-hand side. Vela with a beautiful ball through. Oh, the flag's up for offside. He just hooked it through there on the outside of his left boot. It looked like it was a great ball for Zurutuza, who's wagging his finger towards the assistant referee on this near side. He doesn't think it was offside, and neither do I. He was well onside. Piqué playing them on, unsurprisingly, and that's a bad call by the assistant.
And Zurutuza was looking across the line, wasn't he? He timed his his run perfectly there. He's looking across the line, he's looking through Piqué, looking through the lines. When he saw that he was onside, that's a really poor decision from the assistant referee just below us. Piqué still not moving freely. I don't think there's any way he's any more than 80-85% fit at the moment.
Generous.
And not only that, he's just playing Real Sociedad on at every opportunity. He's sat so deep. He's absolutely playing into Real Sociedad's hands here.
And surely Enrique can see that. A man of his knowledge, his experience, his stature. He's looking on here, having a word with his assistants at the moment, down on the bench. He's looking frustrated, striding up and down in his technical area. In terms of replacements, they've got Lucas Digne on the bench, the 23-year-old France international. Marlon Santos, a more untested 21-year-old on loan from Fluminense. But it doesn't really say much for Digne if he doesn't want to play him when Piqué's the main cause of Barca's problems at the moment.
I would say that Piqué's almost hobbling around at the moment. Maybe more metaphorically speaking, but certainly in terms of psychologically, he doesn't look in this game at all, does he? Because he's playing so deep as well, there's such a huge gap between the Barcelona defence and the midfield, and then obviously subsequently between the midfield and the forward line. It's very hard for Barcelona to gel at the moment because of that.
Ter Stegen taking a goal kick, and it was another dreadful kick forward, and the attack eventually breaks out. A poor pass out to Neymar on the left-hand side. There's no chemistry there. That's what we know Barca for, the chemistry, the knowledge of where players are going to be, and there's been none of that so far in the opening 27 minutes. Luis Enrique has gone to sit down again on his comfy seat. It hasn't been a comfy evening so far for Barcelona. Sociedad have had 54% of the ball so far.
Well, he's absolutely fuming, Luis Enrique, isn't he? He may not have booted a water bottle down the touchline just yet, but I certainly think he wishes he could have done.
Yeah, very much so. Sociedad in possession at the moment, just inside the Barca half. The pitch in good condition as well. The French Basque club Biarritz play their rugby matches here in the Heineken Cup, which is why we can see the rugby markings on the pitch. But Barca can't blame the pitch for any of their bad plays tonight or anything like that. Sociedad in possession in their own half at the moment.
No, let's not take anything away from Real Sociedad. They are forcing Barcelona into making the mistakes. They are the team who are working harder than their opponents. It's all been Sociedad so far. They are outplaying Barcelona. Barcelona haven't had an attempt on goal as of yet. Barcelona haven't had a corner as of yet. Real Sociedad have had at least five, well, they have had 5 corners and at least 5 or 6 attempts on goal as well.
Barca in possession here at the moment. If you're enjoying Barca doing badly tonight, then we've got their next 2 games for you as well, which I'll tell you about in a second. As Sociedad come forward, they've got a man free on the left hand side. This could be their chance. It's Jose, edge of the area, William Jose still in there. Piqué gets a foot in, he tries to lay it off, and Alba's there to bring the ball away, and a late tackle on him in the end by Zulututa. But again, opened up Barcelona there with one pass. I'm not sure where Sergio Roberto was, but there's so much space on the left hand side as William Jose just pulled his run out. Barca got away with it in the end, but another chance it was there for Sociedad to punish them.
It was. Sergio Roberto had just vacated his right back space, hadn't he, far too early. Before Barcelona had proper possession of the football, he left that area. Once again, Real Sociedad took advantage of it. Still though, I will say, they need to get a goal, Real Sociedad. They've had not all the play, they've had the majority of the possession. They just haven't really forced Ter Stegen into a top quality save as of yet.
No, preferably before half time as well, before Enrique gets a real chat to them. Just in terms of those other Barca games coming up for you, we've got Copa del Rey action for you on Wednesday evening with Real Madrid against Cultural Leonesa, followed by Hercules against Barcelona. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock here on TalkSport 2. Matt, I know you're staying up late for that one. You'll be with the guys on Wednesday.
I certainly am on doing the next 2 Barcelona games, actually. I've been really fortunate there to rub the salt into the wounds of a poorly performing Barcelona.
Yeah, you're a ringer, aren't you, for El Clasico next Saturday afternoon as Barca take on Real Madrid. That game kicking off at 3:15 in the afternoon UK time. It was Sociedad in the Barca area again. Vela coming forward, going over. Always a goal kick. I think he went down a little bit too easily there, even by Spanish standards. Vela leant into his man a little bit and just went over. He had the ball at his feet, Carlos Vela, but then the arm came across from Mascherano, and I think as soon as he felt it, he knew what he was going to do, and just went over a bit too easily there, and the referee, Jesus Hill, not buying it.
He did. It was great feet from Carlos Vela. He's absolutely ghosted past Alba, I think it was, and Busquets as well, but Mascherano did very well. He just went up shoulder to shoulder with Carlos Vela. There was a slight bit of physical approach, physical play from Mascherano, but Vela just went down too easily. He didn't really even ask the question, did he himself, Vela?
Not in the end, no. It was more the fans in the stands who are quite set back from the pitch, by the way. Here, there's an athletics track running around the edge of this stadium. Capacity of around 32,000. It's only the 11th biggest in La Liga. Played forward by Barca here. It's hooked away from the back by Sociedad. Out of play for a throw which Messi's looking to take quickly. A thumbs up from Enrique from the bench for someone. I haven't seen a positive message come from him so far this evening. Barca enjoying a rare spell of possession at the moment. Just to emphasise more on that game, the El Clasico next weekend. Full uninterrupted commentary via our website, that's talksport.com, with updates throughout the afternoon during Matchday Live 2 here on TalkSport 2. So that game available for you online next week. Remember, for all the latest sports news, don't forget to listen to Sports Day every morning from 7 o'clock here on TalkSport 2, and from 2 o'clock every weekday you can join Ray Stubbs and guests as they discuss the biggest stories of the day. And also a reminder that you are listening to La Liga Live on TalkSport 2 for the latest news from La Liga and the rest of the major leagues around Europe. We've got the European Football Show every Thursday night from 10 o'clock with Nat Coombs and Andy Brassel. It's a hot atmosphere here, isn't it, Matt, at the moment? The fans really getting involved here tonight. It's been a good 0-0 so far with 32 minutes gone.
It certainly has been. It's been very entertaining. Certainly in terms of the way Real Sociedad have approached this game, the way they've gone about it, the way they've gone about pressuring so high up the field.
Albert holding his leg here and throwing himself all over the place on the ground. He looks in real pain.
Well, if you're in real pain, you don't throw yourself around the floor, that's for sure.
He's smashing the floor now. He must be in pain. Now he's rolling onto his front. He's holding his leg. The two physios have come on to see if he's okay. He's just leaning into him. A strange one, really. It was Vela challenging for the ball. He climbed onto the back of Jordi Alba and so kind of flattened Alba, but Alba going down holding the back of his knee almost. Not really sure what injury he's saying that he's got there. I'd be surprised if he has to go off given the circumstances. Substitutes warming up on the near side. Just seeing a replay of it again. Just leant down his back and maybe caught him on the back of the right leg there. Do you see anything in that?
I think so, and it's just the fact that Carlos Vela was almost riding on the back of Jordi Alba, wasn't it? I think the whole of Vela's weight was on the back of Alba, and I think his legs weren't quite at the best angle to take all that weight in. But as I say, Alba, I know for a fact, if you're that badly hurt, you don't roll around 5 times and then jump up and down.
He's hobbling off at the moment, though one man being readied is Lucas Digne, wearing number 23 on his back. He's doing up his laces on the sideline. He's just taken his bib off as well, which makes you think his introduction could be sooner rather than later. The man signed for PSG. There's further assessments at the moment going on of Alba's leg. He's trying to do a bit of flexion and extension. In the meantime, they're down to 10 men here, Barcelona.
Well, they don't want
the ball's headed behind by Mascherano for a corner.
Yeah, they don't want to be playing for too long with 10 men, that is for certain at the moment.
Sociedad needs to try and take advantage of this situation. Alba's back on his feet. He's had a bit of that magic numbing spray. Corner taken short here for Sociedad, whipped into the area by Martinez, cleared away. They'll try again down the left-hand side this time. Mascherano's just shifted to left-back for the time being, with Busquets dropping into the back four, I think. Tucked away here by Barca, but Sociedad bring the ball back again. Quite sure Alba's rejoined the action yet. Just over 10 minutes to go until half-time. Alba's back on now, still hobbling around, looking in some pain, but I think it's more an impact injury more than anything else. He should be able to run that one off.
I think so. The fact that he's come, they tested all of his left knee ligaments, certainly the physios did as much as they can without a scan. He seems to be moving a little bit better now.
Throw in for Sociedad down the right wing. It's going to be taken by Xavi Prieto. Prieto leaves it in the end for Martinez. Gives it to Prieto. Tries to skip inside, lovely piece of skill to get past Alba. He's gone past 3 of them, but then loses the ball, and Alba gets back in to bring it away for Barca, but a poor ball out by Piqué. Sociedad coming forward again down the right hand side. Vela rolls it back one for Martinez. Martinez goes past his man though easily in Gomes and crosses, and it goes behind off Alba, who's still not moving totally easily, and it goes behind here for another corner to Sociedad. Corner number 6. They're starting to stack up, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Alba's certainly struggling as well.
Alba is struggling. Digne continues to warm up in front of us as the corner comes in. It's headed away to the edge of the area. Chance for a shot. It comes in. Oh, ter Stegen stood still. So Oyarzabal tried his luck from the edge of the area. It just sat up for him, and he thought, why not? Just spinning away from goal in the end, and the chance gone for Sociedad. No one closing him down quick enough on the edge of the area. Messi just putting pressure on late on. But it was a free shot on goal, really, in the end, from Mikel Oyarzabal, who hasn't scored since May.
No, he controlled it perfectly on the edge of the box in Oyarzabal with his chest, then fell very nicely onto his right foot. He just caught it a little bit too much on the outside of his right foot, sent it squirming away from the left-hand post of ter Stegen's goal. You're absolutely spot on though, James. Oyarzabal's standing all alone, 23 yards outside of the Barcelona goal from a set piece. There should be somebody there marking him.
Barcelona all over the place at the moment. They come forward here down the right-hand side. Rakitic, Busquets, central position inside the Sociedad half, works it low out to the right hand side, and onto it is Sergio Roberto. Roberto rolls it back for Rakitic, the Croatian looking in field, but has to go back into his own half for Piqué, who quite naturally in this game is the furthest man back. He'll be playing deeper than ter Stegen soon if he's not careful. Here comes Messi, a man who's been rarely involved in this game so far. Skips inside past the challenge and lays his square for Gomes. Out to the right hand side, it's nodded on. Suarez in the box, he's offside. No chance here for Barcelona, and still, what have we got now? 37 minutes 15 seconds. Rulli's had not a save to make.
Rulli has hardly touched the ball at all, has he? He's taken a couple of goal kicks, he's maybe gathered one cross, and that is about it. Just to have seen a replay of that on our monitor, Suarez standing a good half a yard offside there. Correct decision from the assistant referee on that far side.
Hasn't quite happened for the MSN so far this evening. Neymar's seen quite a lot of the ball on this left hand side, but Suarez has had to drop deep to see the ball, and Messi's been pretty much anonymous so far.
Yeah, Suarez has seen very little of it, but that's not so much his doing, is it? He's had very little service into him.
Ball played forward here. Sociedad come forward down the left hand side. It's just going to be kept in. Piqué coming across and sliding in, and he's hurt his sore foot here. I think he's gone behind for a Sociedad corner, but sliding in was Oyarzabal, who's protesting his innocence to the referee, saying, hey, look, I didn't do anything. Enrique sitting down the bench, hands in pockets, rolling his eyes.
He doesn't want to be out there, Gerard Piqué, at the moment. I hope that's not doing him too much of a disservice. I'm sure he's partially injured before this game started, but he does not fancy this at all. He totally does not want to be out there. He hasn't wanted to be out there from the first whistle of Gil Manzano's whistle. And
in comes the corner. Referee getting us underway quicker than anticipated there, as Piqué's still not happy. He's rolled off the pitch and he's in agony by the corner flag. Barca down to 10 again as the header comes in. It's onto the top of the net this time. Half a chance there, but Piqué has just made the substitution gesture over to the far side, and he's going to play no further part in this game, and Digne will be coming on. And I think that's a blessing in disguise to Barca that he's actually now gone down injured, because he was really hampering his side.
He was. We've said it time and time again. There's absolutely nothing in that challenge from what I saw there. Both players going full pelt for the ball. It's a 50-50 tackle. Nothing wrong with it from Oyarzabal whatsoever. No studs shown. I just think it's a matter that, as I say, Piqué didn't overly want to be out there. Although now he seems to be trotting back round the pitch. He automatically called for a substitution, and now it seems after laying on the floor for a good 3 or 4 minutes, he may be okay after all.
Is it cynical of me to suggest he wants a rest ahead of El Clasico next weekend? He's now waving to the referee to get him back on. A minute ago he was doing the old gesture with the fingers in rotation, saying, come on Gaffer, get me off. Long ball forward here for Sociedad. It's just going to be too long, and ter Stegen there to claim for Barca. Just over 5 minutes to go in this first half. It's 0-0, but plenty of talking points all over the pitch, really.
Well, as a player, there's nothing you like to see more than people limping around the field. They've got Alba playing left back, Piqué playing right centre half, both limping around the pitch. Both don't look overly happy on being out there. So Sociedad have not been overawed from the start. They've been getting the challenges in.
Although here comes Neymar, left hand side, tries to skip inside past a combination of Martinez and Navas, but they're having none of it. And Sociedad trying to play out from the back now. Although it's a poor ball inside and they could be undone. Suarez picks it up from deep. whips the ball towards goal. Barcelona's first shot of the game, 40 minutes in, from Luis Suarez from 40 yards on the turn, and that shows their desperation.
Exactly, and it was a poor ball from Serratuza as well. Gave the ball straight to Suarez. It's a decent first touch from Suarez. Turned, swiveled, good shot, but a good few yards wide of the goal. But yes, 40 and a half minutes into the game, Barcelona have their first shot on anger somewhere close to the goal, because it really didn't trouble Rulli whatsoever.
No, he didn't. He did dive away, but just out of cover more than anything else. Piqué back on the pitch and moving okay now, just as Jordi Alba is, and now Rakitic goes down. Free kick given to Barca after a late tackle. Sociedad are furious that it's been given. Rakitic walking away looking pretty innocent about it all. Free kick just inside the Sociedad half, right on the right hand side. And it's played back into their own half for Mascherano. All of the back four for Barca made errors at one point or another tonight. Roberto was caught out of position from Piqué's had pretty much a massive mare all game. Mascherano played one out of play for a corner. Alba's been up and down. They don't look confident. If Sociedad can just be a bit more clinical in front of goal and get that goal, then they're going to have a good chance of winning here.
That's exactly it. Clinical in front of the goal, clinical in the final third. They haven't created that many chances, even though they've had much the better of the possession, much the better of the corner statistics. But yeah, they just haven't really created that one decent chance.
Sociedad have the ball here on the left-hand side in the left-back position as Yuri Berchiche brings it forward. Sliding tackle from Messi. Puts the ball out of play for a Sociedad throw, just short of the halfway line. 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. This is TalkSport 2, and there's much more football to come throughout the season, with Premier League action every Saturday afternoon. We brought you Leicester v Middlesbrough yesterday, great game at the King Power. Champions League, Europa League, La Liga and much more as well. This is your home of live football. Here's Suarez, who feeds it out to the right-hand side for Messi. Roberto's gone past him, but Messi taking it himself in the moment into the box, and he tried to lay it to Sergio Roberto without looking at him. Expected Sergio Roberto to be there. He wasn't there. Messi banged his head down in frustration and looks down into the floor. Hasn't been his night so far. Hasn't been Barcelona's night. Eusebio Sacristan will be happy with his side's performance, but they just need to get that goal. He, of course, took over from David Moyes here in 2015, having left Barca's B team. He knows all about the Barcelona way. Having worked at La Masia for so long. Barca in possession here at the moment in the centre circle with Rakitic. Tries to take it past Willian José. Can't find a way past and has to go back into his own half for Piqué. Miraculous recovery by Piqué, has to be said. I'm just wondering whether Enrique sent a message around to Piqué with the physios and said, hey look, you tell him he's going to carry on here.
Yeah, there wasn't a great deal in the challenge from Oyarzabal, that's for sure. Piqué, as I say, his head psychologically has not been in this game whatsoever. I don't know how badly he was injured before he came into this game. We did mention that he missed training on Friday. It would have been a light session yesterday as well, so he wouldn't really have tested that foot out, but he's definitely been struggling the whole game.
Messi pings the ball over the top, coming forward. Barcelona down the left-hand side. They've got themselves a corner because Jordi Alba was racing onto the ball in the penalty area. Wonderful interception by Carlos Martinez. And in the final minutes of the first half, Barcelona have their first corner, and Sociedad just need to keep their head screwed on here and make sure they don't concede to undo all that good work at the other end of the pitch.
Exactly that.
Marginally offside against Alba. Corner to Barca, their first of the game. Neymar takes on the left, clips it high towards Mascherano, who's coming in, hits it on the volley, one off the training ground there. Mascherano ran in from the right-hand corner of the penalty area, tried to side-foot it towards goal in the end. The Argentine looking for a rare goal. It was blocked away for a corner on the other side.
I tell you what, it was really well played from Oyarzabal. He spotted the danger there. Mascherano was totally unmarked on the far corner of the box. He came sprinting out, threw himself at the ball. In actual fact, it was Yuri. Turned his back slightly, but did it very, very well to block that strike from Mascherano, which was looking for the target.
You'd imagine we'll have a couple of minutes of added time at the end of this first half. In comes the corner, looking for Piqué, who coincidentally is headed away the corners at the other end, but he can't direct a ball towards goal at the attacking end for Barcelona. Sociedad trying to counter, but a good interception by Gomez in the middle of the pitch gives it to Messi. Barcelona with their tails up at the end of this first half. 1 minute of additional time. Messi's low centre in early, easily cleared away by Sociedad. They bring it away now. Jose trying to turn near the halfway line, brought down by Andre Gomes. Free kick to Sociedad. That will just about see us through until half time.
It's been a great half from Real Sociedad, that's for sure. But from Luis Enrique's point of view, Barcelona have been poor. They've been under the cosh for the majority of this half. But as we stand, it's 0-0 with just 10 seconds left of this first half. For that, he'll be very, very happy.
Here comes the free kick for Sociedad, just inside the Barcelona half. Clipped forward high into the Barca area, where it's headed across towards the penalty spot, and in there is Busquets, who gets a foot on the ball to send it away, and that applause and the cheers tell you everything about the way Real Sociedad have played in this first half. Maybe we underestimated them as to why they've got a good record here against Barcelona. They're drawing here tonight and they've had the best of things. Barcelona having their first chances 5 minutes ago, and they've just had a couple of corners, but they've been all over the place in this first half. Messi's been anonymous, Neymar's had a couple of touches but not much. It hasn't been the Barcelona we know and have come to love over the last few years. Sociedad have given them a right old game tonight and have got right at them. Half time here at Anoeta. It's Real Sociedad 0, Barcelona 0. Dan, thank you. It is Rakitic who's made way here for Denis Suarez. Didn't seem to be an injury problem for him at the end of the first half, so hopefully we'll find out at some point why he's gone off, but for now he has gone off. Denis Suarez has come on, the former Manchester City man, and he comes on into midfield. It's Real Sociedad 0, Barcelona 0 here on TalkSport 2. It's La Liga live on a Sunday night, the final game of the day. Sociedad coming forward here. Got the ball at the feet of the front man, Willian Jose, top scorer with 6 goals so far this season. They come forward here. It's a late tackle, and it could be a free kick and yellow card here, possibly for the Barcelona man.
Yeah, I think it's Sergi Roberto. I think that was a really late challenge on Uyazabal.
Not too much contact, but enough for the Sociedad man to go over. There was one yellow card in the first half, by the way, for anyone tuning in the second period, and it was for the Barcelona goalkeeper for a fairly cynical throwing of a second ball onto the pitch to prevent a corner being taken quickly. Free kick has been taken here for Sociedad. It's fairly straight, it's fairly flat, and in the end, from the number 4, Yeramendi, he goes straight out of play for a goal kick to Barcelona. And straight away, the two centre-halves, Mascherano and Piqué, splitting either side of the penalty area. Sociedad pressed quite high, so they're not going to play out in that sense, and ter Stegen tries to play a long ball forward, and it's taken down by Suarez. Is it? No. Yeah, it is taken down, but not the Suarez I meant. It's Denis Suarez who takes it down in the centre circle, but he's lost it, and it's back with Rulli. We were saying at half-time also, Matt, that Rulli not only hasn't really had a save to make, he's not even barely seen the ball in the first half.
He hasn't. I think he took a couple of goal kicks, and that was pretty much it. It's been pretty much his easiest night, it must have been, in La Liga competition this year so far. Let's not forget, though, Real Sociedad are playing up against Barcelona here.
Here comes Sociedad coming forward, and ter Stegen off his line to clear the ball away. Sociedad have it back on the halfway line. Worth pointing out, by the way, that Sociedad have kept 5 clean sheets in their 12 games so far. They conceded 1 against Gijón last weekend. That was after a run of 3 games without conceding against Alaves, Leganés and Atletico.
Yeah, their last 3 home games as well, they've kept clean sheets, haven't they, Sociedad? And playing like this against some of the lesser opposition in La Liga, you can see why as well. The last 3 home games, I think they've won 3-0, 2-0, 1-0 in no particular order, but that's certainly shows you how well defensively they can play.
Reminded that Sociedad enjoying their best start to the season since Reynald Denoué was in charge 14 years ago, and we're saying they've missed a couple of chances in this game which maybe they could have scored. The stats before this game actually said that Real Sociedad are the side with the highest conversion rate in La Liga at 21.4%, so maybe a slight surprise that they haven't scored here tonight, and maybe a warning for Barca that they can't give them too many more opportunities.
Yeah, very much. I think that shows as well. My assumption would be they don't create a massive amount of chances. Yes, they do certainly they convert, as you say, just over a fifth of those chances. But yeah, even the ones they had in the first half, they weren't any clear-cut ones.
They weren't. Here come Barca. Neymar racing through the middle. He's just pulled back there, right at the last, and a free kick given. Neymar not too happy. Doesn't look as though there's going to be a yellow card though for the Sociedad defender. He just kind of pulled his chest a bit, put his arms across his body there to just halt Neymar's run. Messi is going to take this free kick from a fairly deep position just outside the centre circle inside the Sociedad half.
It's weird for a team playing Barcelona, but Real Sociedad can't lull themselves into almost a full sense of security, can they? They don't want to give Barcelona any chances whatsoever. You know, with MSN up front, one of those guys will certainly take an opportunity if one's given to them.
Barca in possession at the moment, just inside the Sociedad half. PK square to Mascherano, who clips a long ball forward out to the left hand side. It's taken down by Neymar just on side. Luis Suarez on the edge of the area has his ankles clipped, and the free kick is given to Barcelona, and almost simultaneously all of the Sociedad backline raise their arms in protest. Free kick given. Looked to be the correct call on that occasion, did it, Matt?
I think so. There wasn't a great deal in it though, but certainly Suarez was tripped over by Yaramendi. Although saying that, as we're just looking at a replay there, it just looks as though Suarez's standing foot went from beneath it. It looks as though he slipped over rather than he was tripped over from Yaramendi.
The free kick has been given. It's out on the left hand side, just a couple of yards deeper than the left corner of the penalty area. Two men over it for Barca, 29 metres from goal. Messi there whispering behind his hand to Neymar. Who's it going to be? The South American combo standing over it. Fancies the right foot of Neymar. It is Neymar over the wall and pushed behind by Geronimo Rulli. Not quite sure whether it was going on target, but Rulli taking no chances there, and it's palmed behind for a corner to Barcelona, which Neymar goes over to take very quickly indeed. Out to Messi, who works it back further into the Sociedad half, and gets a return now. Messi in the box. Messi cuts inside, tries to get a shot off on his weaker right foot, can't quite squeeze it through, and Sociedad bring the ball away. Counter-attack on here. Jose bringing the ball out. Sociedad have a man down because the advantage was given by the referee. And the whistles fly around this stadium. PK offside on the right wing. And free kick given to Sociedad, and all the Sociedad players now running over to the ref and saying, hey, come on, why was there no card shown there? Why was there no free kick given there? And in the end they get nothing but a free kick for offside. The protests going on at the moment, but I think the referee gave the advantage.
I think that's a little unfortunate from the referee's point of view, Gil Manzana there. He tried to play the advantage. There was an advantage on there. It wasn't his fault that Real Sociedad didn't take advantage of that. And there, just as we're looking on our monitor, it looks as though Oyarzabal, he falls really. It's a very awkward fall. He falls onto his right shoulder, just as we're seeing again as well. That effort from Neymar, it was going on target. It was certainly very close. If it wasn't going on target, it was going to hit the post. Nothing Rulli could do about it, bar turn it around for a corner. That's his first true save of the game. Good save, Rulli.
Good save indeed. Manchester City fans may be seeing more of him in the years to come if Claudio Bravo continues his start to life at the Etihad. First attempt on goal for Barcelona, that shot from Neymar with 51 minutes gone. They haven't looked quite as nervous in this second half so far. Oyarzabal is back on his feet. Meanwhile, there's some strapping going on to the ankle here of PK. The fourth official having a word with him, Jose Fernandez. And I think PK's boot is about to disappear because they're wrapping this almost claret tape around it right the way around to give him as much support as possible here.
It's almost an American football taping of the boot, isn't it, there?
Very much so. PK back with us. Free kick here for Sociedad. For that offside a couple of minutes ago now. It's taken by Rulli. He sends it long. It's flicked on into the path of Vela in the area. Carlos Vela with a chance. Carlos Vela has his shot saved. Header in. Oh, it's in! And Sociedad have got their goal! William Jose! PK couldn't keep that one out. And finally, for all their work, their hard work, their determination and grit, Real Sociedad have got their goal. And Barcelona may fall again at Anoeta. It's Real Sociedad 1, Barcelona 0.
A That's a really poor finish actually from Willian Jose. He just about gets a weak header on target, and Piqué's there on the goal line. He tries to clear it, and all he manages to do is smash it into the roof of his own net. I think that will go down as a goal to Willian Jose, but Piqué should have been able to clear it. Once again, it's poor play at the back from Barcelona. Mascherano gets robbed of the ball by Vela. Vela strikes the ball on target. It's a good kick save by Ter Stegen. Ricochets back to Willian Jose. Up in the air, he heads it on target, heads it down into the ground, bounces up once. Piqué's got to clear it. He's standing on the goal line. He's in a good position, Piqué. I'll give him that. And in actual fact, I think that header from Willian Jose may hit the post. Piqué somehow kicks it back over his own shoulder and into the roof of the net. The goal will go to Willian Jose, but it's a poor clearance from Piqué.
He will be claiming his 4th goal in his last 5 appearances, his 7th of the season, but as you say, I think when the dubious goals panel will be looking at that one, they'll be saying that will be an own goal from Piqué, which has summed up his night so far. He's had an absolute rotter, and he's put one into his own net there when, as you say, it was going to hit the post. It wasn't a great header, they headed it down into the ground there, and here comes Sociedad again, and a foul from Mascherano is going to bring a yellow card. Barca rattle again. Sociedad come forward. Mascherano into the book, and again they're up against it.
They are rattled, that's for sure. That's a really poor challenge from Mascherano and Carlos Vela. Nowhere near the ball. Vela just skips past him. The free kick's not in a position, I think it's quite close enough to have a strike on goal. It's fully 35 yards out.
Inigo Martinez fancies it. He's already got a couple of goals this season against Gijón and Athletic Club. Scored the 3rd goal last week. So we see the replay again of the header from
Piqué has to stop that. He, as I say, gets himself back into a good position on the goal line. The header from Willian Jose is from 16 yards. There's no power in it. Piqué has to clear that.
This free kick from Sociedad, 31 metres from goal. Martinez steps up, but it's high over the bar, and it flies onto the Athletic track behind the goal and behind. But Sociedad have won. They're looking confident. They're chasing a second, and Barcelona have work to do. Just got his angles wrong there on that occasion, Inigo Martinez. Still can't get over how bad that was from Piqué. And here comes Sociedad again. Barca's giving the ball away. Edge of the box. It's fed in. Chance for 2. Oh, what a goal-saving tackle that probably was there from Jordi Alba, who was back. Barcelona playing themselves into trouble again. It's hacked away this time by Mascherano, and Luis Enrique going absolutely crackers, and his defence for not clearing the ball sooner.
Do you know what? And you don't see that from any Barcelona head coach, manager, whatever you want to call him, very often. Luis Enrique's gesticulating, just clear the ball, get it out of the penalty area, stop messing around with it in the penalty area. He's like, go long. Every now and again you have to go long. If plan A doesn't work, sometimes you go to plan B, and plan A has not worked for 56 minutes so far for Barcelona.
One ball over the top here for Sociedad, who are trying to hit Barcelona where it hurts. And it looks like this terrible run of games without a win here at Anoeta is going to continue for Barcelona. They lost 1-0 here in April. They lost 1-0 here at the start of 2015 as well. An own goal from Jordi Alba that day. It could well be an own goal by Gerard Piqué here today. They've lost 3-2 here, they've drawn 2-2 here, they've lost 2-1 here. 6 league games and 1 Copa del Rey tie without a win here at this stadium. And they're losing 1-0 here. We've played 56, nearly 57 minutes. Sociedad lead by 1-0. One ball over the top here. It's a high one from Willian Jose, trying to pick up Carlos Vela. Vela looking a bit more dangerous in this second half, which we played 12 minutes.
I think the one fallibility that everybody's always said about Barcelona is the fact that their squad isn't always that deep. They're struggling at the moment with a few injuries. Piqué's obviously out there playing unfit as well, and I think that's really showing up just the weakness in the squad. I mean the strength in depth. Obviously you've got probably between 16 to 18 absolutely exemplary players, but you go much deeper than that and you start hitting the B team, don't you? It's really showing tonight.
Not afraid to promote youth Barca, but they're struggling here tonight and don't have that many good options on the bench. And a rash shot here over the top of the bar from Sergio Roberto forward from left back after they got themselves a corner which was cleared.
That's what I mean, it's exactly that. It's the fact that on the bench even this evening there isn't a great deal. They brought Denis Suarez on already. You look down, there's Digne, obviously Rafinha, Santos. there's not a great deal. There's a couple of B-team players.
In attack, I mean, they've got a good attack out there. But
yes.
Paco Alsace is the man on the bench. They signed him for £30 million from Valencia. Hasn't scored for Barcelona yet.
And when I've seen him play, he hasn't really fitted into the Barcelona style of play. It hasn't gelled for him whatsoever. I know they've paid an awful lot of money for him. But first, he hasn't played a great deal for Barcelona. As I say, it's in a couple of games when he has played or come on as substitute. He hasn't really shown me a great deal. Certainly not that I'd want to outlay 30 million euros on, that's for sure.
27,756 the attendance here at Anoeta this evening, and plenty of them enjoying their night so far. Though here come Barcelona. Neymar down the left-hand side. It's Messi. It's 1-1. You cannot keep this man quiet, and Lionel Messi grabs his 9th of the season when Barcelona needed him most. The best player in the world comes up with a goal. It's Sociedad 1, Barcelona 1.
And we said don't give them a chance, because if they get a chance they will score, and certainly that man Lionel Messi, there was never any doubt in anybody's mind that he wouldn't find the back of the net there. It's good play from Neymar down the left-hand side. He's absolutely skipped past Martinez. He's pulled the ball back into the path of Messi. Messi 14 yards out, great first touch with the outside of his left foot. He's just skipped up a little bit, and on the half volley he smashed it home from 12 yards. It's a great finish from Messi, never in doubt.
He was always going to score, and Sociedad have got to come again now. Messi, of all people, dropping back in on the edge of his own area to win possession. Is that going to spur Barcelona into life, or have Sociedad got it within them to come back again? They've missed plenty of chances tonight. Here comes Neymar, who set up that goal after racing away down the left-hand side. Tries to pick out Suarez, Luis Suarez that is this time, in a central position, but Sociedad cut the ball out. Busquets sliding in with a tackle, illegally so according to the referee. Free kick given. Sociedad have got to keep their heads now, haven't they? Because Barca are just starting to tick.
They have, and from Martinez's point of view there, just we're watching the goal again, the replay of the goal, Martinez completely sells himself, goes sliding in on Neymar. Neymar just takes him out of the game completely, progresses 10-15 yards, cuts him back. It's a great finish from Messi. Real Sociedad got to get to grips with this game once again.
There's about down the left-hand side, looking to get the cross in, stands one up into the middle, headed away well in the end by Andre Gomes, who was back there. Vela down the right-hand side, looks to the reverse ball into the middle, poked away by Sergio Busquets, and now Barca on the counter-attack, and they could hurt Sociedad here, but what a tackle that is to win the ball back for the Royals. We come forward now with Vela. He lays it out to the right-hand side for Martinez. Back to Vela again, just out from the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Instead of crossing, he switches the play over to the left-hand side for Yuri, who comes inside. Into the box now is Willian José, who goes over in the box, looks towards the referee, asking for a penalty. And nothing given. He slaps the floor in frustration. He's covered in white paint as he goes over. Free kick here for Barca. There's another yellow card coming for a late tackle, I think, on Neymar this time, who's down holding his leg. The booking, I think, for Martinez, it is Carlos Martinez, the right back, going into the book. We're just going back to that penalty decision at the other end. We'll hopefully see a replay in a minute, Matt, but on first look, did you think it was a spot kick or not?
I don't think it was. I think he more stumbled over his own feet. He broke through a couple of challenges, but just as we're seeing it again, it looks like Piqué could have raised his leg. Piqué went in for a sliding challenge. Initially he made contact with the ball.
Has a nibble.
As he slid through, he's just raised that right foot. So it would have been very tough. Look, I didn't see it at the normal speed, so it would have been obviously very hard for the referee to see as well. Yes, he's a little bit closer than we are, but it would have been a tough one for the ref to give. Let's not forget he needs to be 100% certain. But yes, if the referee was able to see the slow motion replay, that would have been given as a penalty.
Rudy coming well off his line here to clear away for Sociedad. Flag up for offside here. The assistant over on the far side as we look down. Enrique still sitting on his racing seat in the technical area. He'll be happy that his side are level. The league lasted for just 6 minutes here at Anoeta. Lionel Messi cancelling out Sociedad's opener at the moment through Willian José, though it may go down as an own goal later on. Messi adding to his 2 goals in the week in the Champions League by equalising here. 62.5 minutes on the clock.
Look, Eusebio, the head coach of Real Sociedad, won't be particularly happy because they kept such good shape throughout nearly an hour of the game, and then one sliding challenge from Martinez when he didn't need to make it. Could have just held up Neymar up, go sliding in. Neymar just absolutely drifted past him, ghosted past him. just gave Messi that opportunity. Totally undeserved.
Here comes Sociedad again. It's cleared away by Piqué as the ball's deflected into his path. Out of play on the far side. It's a Barca throw. Slowly growing into this game. Latest possession statistics, it's levelled out a bit. Sociedad with just the 51% now. Still pretty good against the Barcelona team, but given their standards in the first half, they've just dropped off slightly. They're in possession here, just inside the Barca half.
We didn't know it was going to be very hard for them to work as hard as they did in the first half, though.
Mendy's giving the ball away here, and Barca coming forward. It's Neymar cutting in off the left-hand side. Messi's making a run. Luis Suarez has pulled away to the right-hand side here. He's got an overlapping run going past him. Luis Suarez crosses. Messi coming in round the back. He can't control. Neither can Neymar. And Carlos Martinez brings the ball away for Sociedad. He's got to be careful now, playing the final half an hour on a yellow card against the legendary MSN. Here comes Sociedad on the right. Fed forward into the feet of Carlos Vela, who's taken down by Piqué. No free kick given. Vela stays down holding his legs, but he may have to get back up sooner rather than later because his side are having to do more defensive work. Here comes Denis Suarez. He crosses the halfway line and gives it to his namesake Luis. Out to the right now for Roberto. His 10th year with the club. Never scored in La Liga. Inside for Busquets. Neymar squeezes it through. Suarez is rounded the keeper and put it in the net, but it's not going to count. Offside flag up against the Uruguayan striker. Free kick for Sociedad.
This must have been very close on Suarez, as we're just getting a little...
borderline.
Maybe a foot or two offside. Just as we're seeing the challenge from Piqué on Vela as well. He's gone straight through the back of him. Yes, he's won the ball, but it's a scissors tackle. You can't do that. That should have been a free kick. It's right under the noses of the assistant referee. Won the ball with his left foot, but his right foot has absolutely cleaned out Vela.
He has, but Sociedad need to be careful because Suarez loves to bend the run just like he did there and was very close to being in. Sociedad work it back to the goalkeeper Rulli, who's been more involved in the second half. Has played every match so far this season. He's an unused sub for the Argentine national side. He's only young, certainly making a name for himself. Free kick here for Barca. It's been taken quickly, but given away. Sociedad win the ball back, and then Neymar turns his man Martinez and burns him for pace. Races away down the left-hand side, but coming across well is Navas, who slides in to put the ball out of play. Throw into Barcelona. We're approaching the midpoint in this second half now. It's been a great watch so far for a 1-1. The opening goal from William José on 53, Messi with the equaliser on 59. Barcelona have just got their heads back into the game a bit in this second half, but hard to call where this game's going to go at the moment.
It is. My money would be with Barcelona at the moment, that's for certain. Sociedad just losing their heads a little bit at the moment.
Sergio Roberto trying to cross here, but it flies behind for a goal kick. A bit of a concerned look on the face of Eusebio, who used to play for Barcelona. Played for the Catalan Giants in 1988 and 95. He won 4 La Liga titles and won the European Cup as well with Johan Cruyff. Also played for Valladolid, Atletico Madrid and Celta Vigo among his other clubs. Picked up 15 Spain caps along the way as well. Sociedad in possession at the moment. A bit of a push in the back there of David Zulutuza.
You can see that Eusebio is steeped in that Barca tradition, though. Obviously played for the club, as you've mentioned, James, and you mentioned earlier, did work with the younger teams at Barcelona too. Worked alongside Luis Enrique here at Barcelona.
They don't quite have the quality at Barca, but they're certainly making use of what they've got, aren't they, with these 4 wins in a row, sitting 5th coming into the weekend. And at the moment, a point for them would push them into 5th again. They drop down to 6th with the results elsewhere.
Well, it's tough for many teams to compete financially with Barcelona, isn't it? There's certainly no way Sociedad can do that. But yeah, in terms of everything else, hard work and endeavour, they're certainly managing that. They're matching Barcelona, or they have done so far for 67 minutes. They were much the better side in the first half. Showed a much stronger desire.
There's a desire from Vela down the right-hand side, running against Mascherano. Carlos Vela doesn't really have too many options out there with him, so just holds up the ball until reinforcements come. Reinforcements come in the shape of Carlos Martinez. Sociedad working the ball back before they can go forward again. Central position, 40 yards from goal. Worked out to the left-hand side now for Yuri, who crosses into the middle. Jordi Alba half away, out to Vela, right-hand corner of the penalty area, couldn't get his footwork right, picks up the ball now, edge of the D, trying to turn to try and go past Andre Gomes. We've got a man over on the right here, Sociedad, the cross comes in, it's blocked by Alba. Martinez will try and swing it over this time, it's into a good area, headed away by Piqué, diving header at his near post, and Barca will bring it away down the left-hand side. Neymar trying to turn on the burners there to go past his man, but Sociedad have the ball back. This game cranking up a level again. Carlos Martinez brings it forward down the right. He leaves it for Xavi Prieto. Inside for Zuratufa. Sociedad keep the ball moving again. They'll enjoy a spell of possession here at the moment. You're listening to La Liga Live on TalkSport 2, your home of live football. Barca can't get the ball back off Sociedad at the moment, who are just pinging the ball around. Series of 1- and 2-touch passes.
I like the way the Real Sociedad have kept their heads in this game. Very unfortunate to be pegged back to 1-1 by that strike from Messi. They've really taken a stranglehold on the game again in the 10 minutes since that they conceded that Messi goal.
Sociedad have won 4 of their 6 home games so far, drawing 1, losing 1. They've been a bit more mixed on the road, winning 3 and drawing 3. And Barcelona have actually struggled at home this season with just 3 wins from 6 at the Camp Nou, 2 draws and a loss. And away they've won 5 of 6. So a good home record against a good away record, so 1-1 just about fits so far. The ball out of play for a throw in here, just short of the halfway line. It's Barca's ball. And we were saying about their bench, they don't really have too many people to call upon, do they, if they want to kind of change it in their favour, Barca? Not anyone you think, right, let's get him on with a good 20 minutes to go and get at Sociedad.
No, not particularly.
They've got injury problems. Iniesta, of course, out long term with that lateral cruciate ligament injury. No Arda Turan tonight either, he's ill. Short squad, as you said. I was looking at their squad the other day preparing for this game and did really think that they've only got a real core of about 20 players really to call upon.
Yeah, that is very much the case. As I say, people have always said that. Yes, the starting 11 is magnificent. Yes, they've then probably got sort of 5, 6, 7 players apart from that. But you look at a squad like a Manchester City's.
Just break off as Zabal comes into the area. He's just possessed by Barca, but Sociedad have it back down the left side. It's a good run forward by Inigo Martinez. Zuratufa picks up the loose ball now, midway inside the Barca half, brings in Carlos Martinez down the right-hand side. He's winding up for a big cross, but plays a short ball infield instead to Prieto. Up towards Vela on the edge of the box. He was bullied off the ball by Mascherano and goes down again. He's been on the deck quite a lot in this second half, Carlos Vela. Sociedad hang on to the ball, bring it forward again, slowly but surely. Space on this left-hand side now for Oyarzabal. Can he get the cross in? 1v1 against the defender, goes for the 1-2, goes for goal, I think he was doing instead. He was just stretching in the end, slightly lost his footing as well, Mikel Oyarzabal, and the ball flies wide of goal. Half a chance there for Sociedad.
Yeah, it really was. It's a decent 1-2, but he was just off balance as he swung at that with his left foot there. Just being shown on our monitor as well, just how easy it is for some of these players, the Sociedad players that is, to break into the box of the Barcelona players, of the Barcelona team rather, without being picked up. It's been a poor game from Piqué and Mascherano's point of view. They're getting pulled all over the pitch.
Substitution then for Sociedad, the first change of the game for them, and the captain Xavi Prieto comes off and Sergio Canales comes on. So the captain withdrawn with, what are we on, just under 20 minutes to go. Canales coming on looking to have an impact. It's mainly had to do with places off the bench this season. Subbed on 7 times before tonight. He's only played 120 minutes. In fact, he hasn't made a single start before tonight, and just tonight either. He is very much an impact sub for them, the 25-year-old. Piqué's just puffing. We saw on the monitors a minute ago. He's looking totally comfortable out there, and we saw a replay of the goal again. It doesn't get any better for him every time you see it, does it?
No, it doesn't. He has to stop it. As I say, positionally he gets everything right, but then at the last moment, all he needs to do, get a broad surface on it. It's on his right foot, on his better foot. Just needs to clear the ball with a solid inside of the right foot, gets it all wrong, almost kicked it behind himself into the top of the net.
Here comes Messi on the mazy run forward. He's dispossessed, but Luis Suarez picks up the loose ball, tries to hook it to the right hand side, but it's deflected into the path of Rulli, who pings the ball downfield straight away, looking for the out ball in Willian José, but the Brazilian can't hold it up this time, and Barca have the ball back. You just fear that Barca may pinch one late on here. Here comes Neymar down the left hand side, up against Martinez, who's got to watch himself on that yellow card. Poked inside by Barca. They feed the ball slowly from left to right. Busquets feeding it forward now for Messi, who gives it straight back to Busquets in a central position. Busquets with a high ball out to the left hand side for Neymar. Series of good passing here by Barca. Messi holds it on the edge of the area. Neymar curling one towards goal. It's high over the bar, but more promising stuff there for Barcelona as they grow further into this second half. Neymar couldn't quite find his shooting boots there, but slowly chances are starting to present themselves, aren't they?
I'm worrying for Real Sociedad. I really am. Barcelona, as you say, James, they are growing into this game and they're just getting more possession in that final third. Neymar's getting on the ball more, Messi's getting on the ball there, but more. As a teams, or the two teams matched up, they're very, very much like for like almost until you get to that front three, and obviously there's no comparison between Barcelona's front three and Sociedad's, and that could be the difference as we near the 90-minute mark.
That is why you pay the big money, and it's the big money which could land Neymar in trouble, because the Spanish authorities, or one of the men in charge at least, are trying to bring a 2-year jail term to Neymar for alleged fraud in the deal which saw him brought over from Santos for just the €88 million. That is going to play out in the months and years to come. Flag up for offside here against Luis Suarez. The ball was played through to him, maybe just the right decision by the assistant. And now another change for Sociedad, and the goal scorer, at least for now, Willian José, is going to make way, and it's going to be Juanmi who comes on to replace him. Maybe just run out of steam, have to chase around a lot tonight, as all of this side have done. Willian José is replaced by Juanmi, who comes on again off the bench. Signed from Southampton, didn't quite work for him in the Premier League. Back in his native Spain. Ball played back here by Piqué to Ter Stegen. He's been put under pressure. Oh dear, and the German loses the ball, or loses possession in the end as he clears it away. He goes out for a throw. He was stretching. And a throw into Sociedad which has been wasted. Piqué has it down by his own corner flag at the moment and doesn't look comfortable there as he plays the ball out of play for a Sociedad throw. He's really having to play through the pain barrier to get through these final minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, we may have been doing him a slight disservice, because he was, I don't think he should have been calling to get substituted, but you can see, or we've been able to see from the opening few minutes, how much pain he really is in.
Sociedad working the ball out to the right hand side for Vela, onto his favourite left foot, curling one towards goal. Oh, it's off the crossbar and down, it's in, but the flag's off for offside. Oh, that was so close. Carlos Vela curled a beauty over the goalkeeper. It hit the underside of the crossbar, bounced down onto the line, partially behind, but obviously not the whole ball. And then coming in on the rebound was his teammate, but the flag was up for offside, and it won't count. I look forward to seeing the replay now, because that was mighty close.
Oh, I hope we get another look at that. That's absolutely magnificent from Vela. I actually thought it hit the underside of the crossbar, then maybe hit the post as well. That was so close. I hope we get another look at that on our monitor. As the Sociedad forward, I don't think it was Juanmi, I'm not quite sure who it was, followed up. They were deemed offside just as they tapped it into the empty net. That had Ter Stegen beaten. All ends up. So unlucky for Carlos Vela.
Another warning for Barcelona. We're still waiting to see a replay of the strike, and what a strike as well it was from Carlos Vela, looking for his 5th goal of the season. Half of his goals so far have been from the penalty spot. Ball played forward here into the arms of Ter Stegen. Now here comes the replay we've been waiting for to see this chance. Juanmi picked it up on the left hand side, kept the ball moving, and it was fed over to the right by Zulatruza. Vela picked it up, oh dear, and Vela curled it towards goal, hit the underside of the path, nearly over the line, and the man following it up wasn't offside either.
And it was Juanmi who was following up. He wasn't offside, he was nowhere near offside. I actually think the ball had crossed the line. I think the whole of the ball had crossed the whole of the line, therefore it should have been a goal from Vela as well. That's quite amazing. They've just had 2 goals chalked off in the space of about 1.2 seconds.
Sabio will not be happy about that in his post-match presser, I can tell you. The ball cleared away. And I'm sure there'll be a few text messages sent to the fans in this stadium telling them that the decisions were wrong, or at least one of them for the offside. And one Sociedad fan in particular wagging his finger saying that was the incorrect call. I have to say, I did think the ball was over the line on the first instance. You can forgive a linesman for possibly getting that wrong, but the offside call was nowhere near.
Not the offside. The offside was absolutely, I was going to say absolutely miles away. Obviously it wasn't, but he was a good metre onside, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was, and Barcelona back in possession now, and if they go on and get the winner, there'll be some unhappy people inside this stadium. Messi picks the ball up edge of the area. Sociedad there to get a foot in. They've got players around the ball. A bit of a hack there at the feet of Roberto, who plays it back for Denis Suarez. Messi, edge of the area, skipping in between two players. Messi pokes it across. Neymar, edge of the area, trying to get his yard for the shot. Goes down, edge of the box, looks towards the referee. No free kick given. And now the counter's on for Sociedad. Matt Long's urging them to fly forward. Here they come down the left-hand side. They've got 3 full in this attack. There's a spare man on the left. A chance for the shot. Crossing. Oh, it's well over from Oyarzabal, who is forward. And it goes over everyone now to play for a goal kick. And Sociedad cursing themselves there.
What a counter-attack that was from Real Sociedad. Neymar was dispossessed on the edge of the Sociedad box. As the ball's laid just to the right-hand side to Yuri, he's gone to roll. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to roll the ball across the face of the goal over to the far side to a waiting Sociedad forward to tap into an empty net. Just didn't happen. Got far too much on it.
We are, of course, impartial, but if you could see Matt Lawrence there, his arms were waving all over the place, saying, Sociedad, come on, get forward. He's after an upset here tonight.
Well, I feel bad because they had that goal that was a perfectly good goal chalked off at the other end of the pitch.
Block here on Sergio Roberto, free kick to Barcelona down the right-hand side. We've got 10.5 minutes to go, and it promises to be quite the grandstand finish here. We've seen the replay. Oh, it did hit the post as well. Bar onto post, onto floor. I don't think it was quite over. We'll give the assistant the benefit of the doubt there, but certainly not for Juanmi, who should have scored. Or should have been given his goal at least. He did score from a yard, it should be said. Here comes Messi feeding it forward. Chance Barcelona in the box with Denis Suarez. He's lost his footing. There's a near open goal. It's off the line by Sociedad and cleared away. They're now screaming at the assistant referee saying, come on Garçon, why has that not been given as offside? Corner ball for Barcelona, their 5th of the game. Piqué ambling forward. Quite a story if he could get a goal. Neymar whips it in, flicks on the post. Oh, it goes right across goal. Luis Suarez was in there at the far post, nearly converting from a yard out. No one had gone with him. Chance Barcelona.
Yeah, brilliant from Mascherano at the near post. He really wanted that. Darted to the near post area. Got a flick onto it, just a half a yard in front of Suarez at the back post.
It was a great corner routine for Barcelona there. Slapping his drinks fridge in frustration there, Luis Enrique. Just a 4th shot for Barcelona of the night there.
I think there's at least one more chance in this game as well. It's got so open in the last 10-20 minutes.
It really has been a great game of football. And here comes Denis Suarez. He could square it here. Suarez looking for Luis, but it's cleared away by Sociedad. Out of play for a corner. Good spell of Barcelona pressure here. They're turning the screw. And it was the substitute coming forward who was pulled back quite cynically by Yeremende.
I can't believe he's not got a yellow card for that.
He was diving away, couldn't keep up with Suarez, and he was grabbing any part of his shirt that he could. The corner comes in, headed up into the air. Really comes off his line. One-handed punch away. It drops for Suarez, but he couldn't get over the ball, and the Uruguayan gets right underneath it and spins it high over the goal and behind for a goal kick to Sociedad. He looks frustrated with himself. Sociedad just need to keep things tight here because Barcelona are coming on strong.
Yeah, it's a poor punch from Rulli here. He gets decent amount of air in it, but it does no distance whatsoever. It falls to Suarez on the edge of the box. Yes, it's gone high in the air, but you would fancy Suarez with his quality technique to hit the target there. Doesn't quite manage it. Well over the crossbar.
You wonder how tired Barcelona might be, by the way. For those of you joining us late, they were unchanged coming into this game from the 2-0 win at Celtic on Wednesday. And they've only made one change here tonight so far. Here comes Sociedad, edge of the box, curling effort towards goal. Oh, it's off the post again. Carlos Vela, who's now wearing the captain's armband, has hit the woodwork 3 times, I guess, if you like, in the last few minutes. Twice in one strike of the ball, and this time he picks it up midway inside the Barcelona half, drives towards the edge of the area, steadies himself, curls one, Ter Stegen a statue, doing the mannequin challenge there in the middle of his goal, and Vela hits the outside of the post and it goes behind.
So unfortunate from Vela. It's a lovely technique. Passes it into that far corner of Ter Stegen's goal. Ter Stegen absolutely rooted to the spot. Clips the outside of the post behind for Barcelona goal kick.
7 minutes to go. There's a good stat. Goal attempts tonight. Carlos Vela 4, Lionel Messi 1.
Yeah, the important one though. Messi 1 goal, Carlos Vela none.
Did get his goal on 59 minutes to cancel out William José's opener. There's another change coming up shortly. It's going to be the introduction of a former Premier League player, which we'll tell you about in a second. Sociedad in possession. It's fed down the line. Not quite on the same wavelength there. There's Zabal and Yuri down the left-hand side, and Barca will play it out from the back. Mascherano picks it up midway inside his own half, plays a long ball forward, looking for the run of Neymar, headed up in the air and partially away by Navas. Vela dropping in to pick up the loose ball. Goes from the right-hand side of the pitch all the way over to the left. He's taking them all on here and lays the ball off. The referee could have played advantage, but he gives the free kick to Sociedad, and surely if he's going to stop it, he's got to show a yellow card, which he does, and Denis Suarez goes into the book for Barcelona. Good play there though by Vela. Just wonder if the referee could have played the advantage.
He could have done, he really could. It was great play from Vela, was he's just ghosted across from the right-hand side to the left-hand side from Real Sociedad's point of view. I just think it's because the referee got caught out when he tried to play advantage maybe 10-15 minutes ago.
Stop play this time, yellow card shown. The applause you can hear is for the substitution which is about to be made, and I think it's Mikel Oyarzabal who's making way, and the man coming on, one Esteban Granero. QPR fans may remember him. He spent a year at Loftus Road before QPR were relegated. The former Real Madrid and Getafe man comes on. He hasn't really been involved too much this season. In fact, this is his first appearance of it. Here comes the ball forward. It just flies out of play after a long run forward by Navas from the back. It flies out of play for a Barcelona goal kick. Seeing the chance again for Vela. They hit the bar onto the post. It came down. Juanmi tapped it in from a yard. It was not offside. It wasn't even close. I can only think, that the linesman is ball watching, and as the ball's gone over, he hasn't, he's thought, this could be a good goal. I'll have a watch of this, and he's missed.
Yeah. From a linesman's point of view, that's incredibly hard. Obviously, it's a hard strike from Vela. He's got to keep his eye on when the ball's struck. Then he's got to keep an eye on the goal line as well. And then he's got Juanmi, who's timed his run perfectly. It is hard from the assistant referee's point of view, but he's had enough practice, and that was a really poor decision.
Barca come forward with Neymar, crossing in towards Luis Suarez. Sociedad do just enough to clear away.
And you've got to feel for Juanmi as well, who hasn't had that many opportunities this season. He's come onto the pitch, timed his run perfectly, ghosted into the box from that strike, and he's had a perfectly good goal chalked off.
Barcelona at the moment going to drop points for the second week in a row in La Liga. A point would take them into second place ahead of Sevilla, but they'd still be 6 points back on Real Madrid going into the Clásico. Big psychological boost for Zizou's side. Remember that game live for you next Saturday afternoon on talksport.com. Live, full, uninterrupted commentary. Here comes Sociedad looking for a late winning goal. They might have it as well, because Vela picks it up right hand corner of the penalty area. Up against Mascherano. Lays it back on for Esteban Granero. It's Granero who strikes one. Former Real man looking to do his old side a favour, but he couldn't keep it down there, and it flies over the bar for a goal kick. Jordi Alba now down, having been in the wars. Both he and Piqué has to be subbed off in the first half, but they're still playing here at the moment.
I think the one thing you can guarantee is not many of these players who are playing for Barcelona now will be playing in the Copa del Rey on Wednesday evening against Hercules, that's for sure. To be fair to Barcelona as well, they put in a great shift, considering that tough Champions League game as well. Travelling involved too, as we said. They only just travelled up to San Sebastian this morning. Certainly wasn't a massive journey, but it's still the fact you've been up in the air for a good 40-45 minutes, I would imagine. And
this tight squad, not very big. A lot of the players having to play a lot of the games because Enrique clearly doesn't want to play the kids, which is, half accepted. Another Barca game we've got for you on Wednesday as they play Hercules. We've got live for you on TalkSport 2, when they will almost certainly play a bunch of 15-year-olds.
Yeah, you'd have seen a different Barcelona side if it had been Barcelona at home, say, to Granada this evening. Luis Enrique knows what a
break off for Sociedad in the box. Chance for him. It's cut back. This is the chance. Oh, it's Granero again coming in from deep. And he puts it straight at Marc-Andre ter Stegen. That may well have been the chance to win it. We're in the 88th minute. Sociedad having a bit of a spell here at the moment. And a seventh shot on target time. Granero coming on with 2 chances in 2 minutes. Here comes Messi, racing away down the right-hand side. He's cynically shoved off the ball. That'll be a foul, free kick and yellow card for Zulutufa. He goes into the book. The second Sociedad man to be cautioned this evening by Jesus Gil.
Yeah, I think the party line is he took one there for the team, did Zulutufa, and ceremoniously dumped Messi to the floor. No, wasn't going for the ball in any way, shape or form. Raised his arm a little bit, just levered Messi to the floor.
Let's not forget, by the way, Sociedad winning 4 in a row, but a draw against Barcelona is not a bad point at all. They've only drawn 1 this season, and that was here against Espanyol. Coincidentally, the other side from Barcelona. That was back at the start of September. Free kick here for Barca, wide on the right-hand side. Neymar, the Brazilian, is standing over it. He's going to cross it into a good area by the penalty spot. The goalkeeper came and didn't get there. His defender headed away. Could have been trouble there for Sociedad. Loose ball picked up by Martinez down the right-hand side. Hooked down the line now by Yeramende. And Sociedad could be in here. Vela chasing it down the right. And no chances taken by Sergio Roberto. Pokes the ball out of play for a throw. We're inside the final minute of the 90. Sociedad have got a free man in the middle. Juanmi's screaming for it. Granero's in there again. And Granero over the bar again. A hat-trick of chances now for Esteban Granero, who's come on. And if you can only see the expression on the face of Eusebio Sacristan, he's so frustrated. His side have had a trio of chances in the last few minutes. They've all fallen to Esteban Granero, the man who hasn't played a single minute of La Liga football this season. Gets 3 chances against Barcelona, and he's fluffed a lot of them.
Well, the one thing is he's getting himself in the right place at the right time. But yeah, he's had 2 right-footed attempts, 1 left-footed attempt. None of them have troubled ter Stegen whatsoever.
It might not surprise you that he hasn't scored a goal in La Liga since 2011.
Yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I do feel a bit sorry for him. He has only just come on to the field of play. He's not up to speed with the game. Really struggling.
Just need 2 minutes of additional time here now. We're into those now. Scarf across the face of one Sociedad fan who can barely face watching these last couple of minutes. Rulli is down at the moment, looking injured. He may have hurt his arm having come out to claim for that ball. He came out and got kicked by his own defender. Not sure whether they're trying to slow the game down here or not. Rudy came out to go for the double punch. It was nodded away by Zulutufa. I think Martinez came in and whacked his arm. So the physio's now on attending to him.
Yeah, he did get caught, Rudy, but Rudy was in absolutely no man's land, wasn't he? He didn't get anywhere near that with his double-fisted punch, or his double-fisted attempted punch. But yeah, they're certainly not. I wouldn't have thought you want to be wasting time right now, that's for certain. The referee's going to stop the watch as well. You don't want to bring a substitute goalie on for 2 or 3 minutes of the additional time that's remaining.
We are into added time. Matt, is there anyone who stood out for you this evening?
Do you know what? I just like the shape as a whole of the Real Sociedad team. I think they've, without sitting on the fence too much, they've performed fantastically well as a team. They've been very well coached by Eusebio. Luis Enrique said it before the game in his press conference, how highly he rates Eusebio, how highly he rates this Sociedad team. And I think the Sociedad team have proved him right. It's been a really hard game for the Barcelona team. In actual fact, I don't think they've been deserving of the point they've got so far. I think Real Sociedad deserve all 3 points, as the goal from Juanmi proved, or the goal that was chalked off from Juanmi proves.
Barcelona without a win in this stadium in 7 matches, going back to 2007 because of Sociedad's spell in the second tier. We've nearly played the 2 minutes of additional time, but there's going to be more time added on because of this injury to Ruli. He's been down for well over a minute now. Barcelona haven't been at their best tonight, but it looks as though they're going to keep their unbeaten league run going, and they're going to nab themselves a point here. Against Malaga and Sociedad, I'm sure they've expected a bit more than 2 points over the last 7 days.
Yeah, they would have done.
And it could have been worse for them, as we see a chance here for Vela. He's hit the post, he's hit the crossbar and the post, and another chance. And we have to say, once again, that goal should have been given. It raises the debate again about replays in football. I'm not a massive advocate for it, apart from clear-cut stuff, really. I don't know about you, Matt.
No, I'm not at all. I'm not an advocate of it whatsoever. I think obviously in England we have the goal line technology, which I'm all for, but I don't want to see anything else introduced. I really don't.
The goal line technology wouldn't have been of total use there because the ball wasn't over the line. There's a card being shown here. Yellow card for Jordi Alba. It's a bit of a frustrating night, hasn't had his best night. He's been put under a lot of pressure in the left-back position, and he is the latest Barca defender to be booked by the referee. Throw in. We've played 3 minutes of added time. Minimum 2 were added on, so there can't be long left now. Piece of miscontrol there by Carlos Martinez out on the right-hand side. Throwing for Barca, and this will almost certainly be the last play of the game. Throwing into Neymar, tries to turn, but he can't get the ball out. Sociedad have got to either keep the ball or lump it long if they want to do anything, but they go all the way back to the goalkeeper in the end, which tells you about their intentions in the final few seconds here. But then Rulli just blasts it long over the halfway line. Maybe one final attack. It's back from the defender to Ter Stegen. He plays it out from the back. It's not the greatest of balls for Sergio Roberto, who tries to turn, does well to go past his man. Tries to bring it out from the back, gives it to Mascherano in central position. It's a heavy touch from him. Juanmi was very nearly in there. Maybe one last chance for Sociedad, who come forward, but then they've lost the ball. They need bodies back behind it now. Free kick surely given. Advantage played by the referee. Long ball forward, nodded on by Denis Suarez. Messi can't get on the ball, and that is time at Anoeta. What a game it's been. It finishes all square, but it could have been so much more. Barcelona nowhere near their best tonight, and the league champions held again in this stadium where they haven't won still since 2007. Luis Enrique shakes the hand of Eusebio. Could have been so much more for Sociedad. They had a goal wrongly ruled out. They originally took the lead in the 53rd minute through William José. His header nodded down into the ground. Piqué couldn't keep it out as he sliced it high into his own net. Messi equalised clinically 6 minutes later. Both sides had chances after that. Suarez went close a couple of times for Barcelona. Vela hit the post and also hit the bar and post before it came out, and Juanmi was wrongly ruled offside when he tapped in from close range. The Sociedad fans will feel aggrieved when they watch back the highlights when they get home later on. But full time here at Anoeta, it is finished. Real Sociedad 1, Barcelona 1.